Watch him throw the ball, we gon' pick it off. You gon' let him hit the hole or you gon' cut it off. You gon' play through fourth and long or you gon' punt it off. Your defenders, heavy hitters, put your pads in. Don't be looking for the ref to throw no flags in. Keep the helmet on, keep the cleats tight. You the type to want to win by any means, right? You should look alive. This is Trap or Die.
Yes, sir. Welcome back to another episode of Trap or Die Podcast. I am your host of the Trap or Die Podcast, Mual. AJ is on the way. Dre is on the way. In the meantime, let's get the administrative items out of the way. If you are new to the Trap or Die Podcast, man, we definitely appreciate you tapping in. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you're on the audio side, man, hit that follow button on your favorite listening platform, man. Give us a rating and review if you don't mind, man. It takes 2 seconds to do so, man. And it's free to show your support that way. Shout out to 4747 Sam 4747. 5 stars, man. The best straightforward Commanders podcast. Appreciate that, big dog. And then we saw on the Spotify side, I don't know why they don't let you give write reviews on that side, but we see the ratings going up on that side too. Sleezo, I see you on the Twitch side. Will, I see you. Draft is right around the corner. I think we got 2 weeks, right? 2 more weeks. Jay Tizzy, I see you. Magic, I see you. Was good. Yeah. Oh, if you haven't checked out the latest interviews, make sure you take a look at Emory Hunt, the football game plan, and obviously Jordan Reed, ESPN draft analyst. He came on a few days ago. We got to talk shop with him for about 20 to 25 minutes, something like that. So that was cool. I'm going to save the Jordan Reed recap for when AJ and Dre gets on here. But I want to start with a topic that I think is interesting. Is it related around quarterbacks? We're going to talk a little bit about quarterbacks in the show. We're going to do Trap or Die mock draft. You know, last year, and I think the year before that, I'm not good at mock drafts. I'm going to just let y'all know that right now. I suck. I think the only thing that's going to help me out this time around is that, Washington's picking at 2. So I can't get that pick wrong. But pray for me in rounds 2 through 3. Because I just realized we got 6 in the top 100, so I'm going to be picking a lot. So we're gonna see how that goes. But I'm not good at mock drafts. And don't hold me to nothing. All right. And if Dre and AJ they do better than me, bruh, I'm gonna be hating a little bit. But we're gonna cross that bridge when we get there. Fellas, what's going on with y'all, man? Okay, you got the locks loose. My man AJ got the locks loose. What's going on, fellas?
Yeah.
See, your audio that messed it up, bruh. You didn't got the shake your dreads, shake your dreads. Okay,
my
you want some
AirPods
sexy
fell out my
dreads?
damn ear while I was shaking my dreads.
Hey Mo,
yeah.
who won last year's mock draft? We didn't have a contest, but we all did little mock drafts last year. I would love to go back and see those and see how we did on that.
Yeah, I put it on Twitter and Instagram. And I know I put it this way: I didn't get much votes, so it was between y'all two. It was between y'all two.
I don't even remember who I picked, but I
mean,
want to see who I had picked.
What you about to say?
Nothing even came to fruition. So I was gonna say nothing came to fruition. So,
oh yeah, no, that's true. Don't matter. It's all about pre-draft, man. You know what I'm saying? Whatever the people like the most. But we're gonna figure it out now. We got 6 in the top 100, so we got some picking to do on this episode. All right, so y'all it's perfectly timed. So let's start with the quarterback conversation that I got on my mind, and we can kind of flesh this out and then head towards our prospect profile and then our mock drafts. So I don't know what made me write this in the show notes. But I felt like 2 weeks going into the draft or 2 weeks away from the draft that I feel like that the team may be like, if they aren't 100% there, they're probably like 90% there on the quarterback that they want. It may have been the conversations that I've seen AJ or the arguments that I've seen AJ be getting into on Twitter that made me write this down, or maybe it was a radio topic. I don't know, but I have this feeling that they're probably, no matter what they say, because I heard maybe it was Dan Quinn or maybe it was Adam Peters a couple weeks ago say that they haven't made their choice yet. I think that they're closer than they want to lead the public or have the public believe. What do you all think on kind of where they're sitting 2 weeks going into the draft? At this point, you got to know and you got to have a feel for what Chicago's going to do.
Yeah, honestly, I would be surprised. Go ahead, AJ. Yeah, you got it.
Oh, nah. I mean, I was just going to say, I think in the situation of being number 2, you still have to pretty much take it down to the wire, and the wire would be the week of the draft. I don't think you can close off those conversations with your scouting department, your personnel department, and your coaching staff and their ideal on certain prospects or whatever the case is. Of course, we know they're going for quarterback, but we've heard of different stories. Adam Peters was a part of one of those stories of recent years when they were expected to be drafting Mac Jones after 49ers moved up. And from what everything has been said, they made that last change like maybe 8 hours or something like that, or a day before the actual draft. Even here in Washington, historically, in the beginning stages and almost towards the end, Washington was locked in on a particular draft of selecting Kellen Winslow Jr. over Sean Taylor. Pretty much the day before it switched to Sean Taylor. So, those good organizations and those, personnel individuals, they're going to take their time on making the decision. Do they have a inclination who they like? Of course. But at the end of the day, if you want to do things fairly, you still have to go down to the wire with it, play out all the different scenarios. If a team wanted to trade up, should we consider this? Like, what we shouldn't consider? What are we okay with? Also giving those scenarios to Josh Harris to understand, not necessarily for his input, but more so for him to understand what could be possibly unfolding. Hey, also, can we mock our way in different scenarios to get back into the first if we really like a player? and they're kind of like sliding down our projected board. That could be Olu Fasciano. That could be Brock Bowers. That could be Brian Thomas Jr. So on. Yeah, so I don't think that they are like 100% locked in on someone. Do they have an inclination, and do certain people within the NFL spaces kind of got an idea? Hell yeah, but anything could possibly change, especially when you might be still watching out for someone's character. Anything could happen in that regard too. Like a red flag could pop up in between now to the draft.
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's guys in the building that know what they want to do, and I'm pretty sure that, or put it like this, I think there's still probably conflicting decisions within the front office and whoever else, because while it's Adam Peters' decision, ultimately he's also collaborating with a bunch of people on this decision. I mean, you have Cliff Kingsbury input, you have Dan Quinn's input, even I forget the assistant GM, Lance Newmark's input, even some of the scouts. So you're kind of, going through all of these different opinions. Like I said, I'm pretty sure you got some that's like, yeah, Jaden Daniels, yeah, Drake May. You may even have some that's on the JJ McCarthy train, but I'm pretty sure we're only focused on 2 guys right now. So between those 2 guys, I mean, like I said, guys probably have favorites. They may be leaning some kind of way, but we're also inching closer to what do we believe, because we feel like when we get closer to the draft that we kind of know the direction a team, especially picking so high, that you kind of know the direction they're going to go in, especially knowing what the Bears are going to do at number 1. But right now, it's too much stuff that's happening. Like the reports that's coming out today. I heard something today. Evan Silver, as a matter of fact, Evan Silver said that Jaden Daniels' interview didn't go so well with Washington. I mean, Evan Silver said it's a rumor, but he's also a
Wait, run that back.
Yeah, Evan Silver, he's a pretty reputable reporter. He's been out for years. He actually put something out there that there's a rumor going around that Jaden Daniels would prefer to play for the Patriots because Jaden Daniels' interviews didn't go so well with Washington. I don't know if that was because they did bring Jaden Daniels in for the top 30 already, I think, or he's coming in. Either way, they interviewed him somewhere, and Evan Silver said that the interview didn't go so smoothly, or at least that's how the rumor goes. So again, I don't know what to believe right now. And I mean, because stuff like that, I feel like it's going to start flying out. So I don't want to go and take that as, oh man, this really happened. Because you don't know a lot of stuff comes out right now. You don't know who's pushing the agenda. You don't know who's putting these reports out there, which side is coming from. But again, like I said, this is around the time you got to kind of just look at everything and kind of take some of this stuff with a grain of salt, because you don't know what to believe at this point in the process. But that's why AJ was saying, as far as we got a couple of more weeks out, anything can happen right now. So it's hard to say they're so sure that who they're going to go with at that pick.
Dre made
I seen that tweet.
Go ahead.
I was just going to say real quick, I seen that tweet, man. Now sit back and think about it. When has a black quarterback been desperate to go to Boston? All right, I'll just leave it there.
But they got black head coach now, which is different for New England.
Yeah, but it's still and that's gonna be an adjustment for that community as well. So damn sure ain't sitting back like, damn, I want to bypass Washington D.C. for Boston, Providence, Rhode Island. Nah, all right.
But I mean, Evan Silva is he wouldn't make something up. But then again, like I said, it could be some kind of agenda coming from somebody that has nothing to do with Jaden Daniels or Washington. Who knows where that came from? Again, you just can't believe everything you hear at this point. But some of this stuff is coming out. It could be interesting. But we as fans, we want to know what they're leaning at. So we're kind of swinging with the pendulum or the roller coaster ride, going with each prospect report. Each day is a new guy that's the favorite. So we just want the process to be over with at this point, man.
But the interesting thing is the main insider, Adam Schefter, keeps doubling down on the pick being Jaden Daniels.
I'm trying to figure out when this top 30 visit is for Jaden to Washington on April. What's today? The 9th. on the 5th, they said that he's scheduled to visit Washington. So that was 4 days ago. That was Friday. And it hadn't happened yet. So I don't know when this one is. I don't know if it happened already or if it's already.
Nah, it probably
Because I don't think it's happened
next
yet.
week.
The way it's looking, the way I'm reading this, so that's kind of interesting that they came to that Silva came to that conclusion, or came to that conclusion where he felt comfortable enough to report it as a rumor, whatever.
I think it was on his mock draft. He put out a recent mock draft.
I did see that. All right, I did see that. Okay. So I remember where this topic came from, or the question came from, because Dre mentioned this collaboration. AJ was on Twitter talking with people about collaborating. Adam Peters and Dan Quinn collaborating, and everybody in the building collaborating with one another to make this pick. I thought it was interesting that people didn't understand, or maybe just arguing against, but just didn't understand the whole concept of what collaboration meant. Like I don't know how to phrase it, but I think it's Dre. I think you're a neutral party because I don't know if you've seen it, so I want to give you the floor. What do you kind of make of how things are going to go with Adam Peters and Dan Quinn, even though we know that Adam Peters ultimately makes a decision on an acquisition? But what do you think this collaborative effort looks like for the Commanders?
I mean, honestly, I think we've already kind of seen it. Like even with the free agent signings, a lot of the free agent signings are guys that are familiar with the coaching staffs and everything. I mean, even if you kind of look back at Dallas, I had a conversation with a Cowboy friend of mine last night, and he wasn't kind of caught up on all of the free agent moves we made. So I was telling him about the linebackers he signed. He was like, "Oh, damn! Now Dan Quinn wants linebackers," and I'm like, "Man." Is different in Dallas because Dallas, they had the smaller linebackers, but you see now we're getting more of some traditional bodies to play at that position versus what he had in Dallas. And then that's when I explained to him that Ken Norton Jr. is the linebacker coach. So you got to probably feel like he's had some input on the type of linebackers he wants to, coach up. I mean, I know it's a collaborative effort as far as what they're going to run scheme-wise, but Ken Norton Jr., I'm sure he has his own input, and they listening to someone like that as far as what we want our linebackers to do in the scheme. So I'm guessing that, Bobby Wagner also, he was a Dan Quinn signing because that's a relationship signing. But like Frankie Louvu, you got to wonder if Ken Norton has some input on that. I mean, I would guarantee that it's not just Adam Peters making these moves. I mean, even on the offensive side, you got, relationship signings. I mean, I think Anthony Lynn worked with Austin Eckler. So that's one thing. He probably wanted Austin Eckler to come in here to, be the lead guy or someone that can be an extension of him in the running back room. So that's kind of the collaboration that we're seeing. I mean, I don't think these are just Adam Peters going out and identifying these guys. He's probably listening because as Joe Witt said in his press conference, Joe Witt said, we're all creating a specific player profile we want for each position we want to run out here. So I guess what they do is, I mean, I'm just assuming here they give this list or their list of needs or wants to Adam Peters, and it's on him and Lance Newmark and the scouts to kind of identify these guys or these pieces that you want to run on offense and defense. So I think you're already kind of seeing that. I mean, as far as the relationship goes, I mean, they seem like two guys that get along. I mean, obviously, this thing just kind of started. I mean, so we don't know where this is going to head. I mean, but they do seem like two personalities that can get along. We've never heard anyone say a bad thing about Dan Quinn. That shows me that that's a guy that knows how to adjust to different personalities. So they can, I can see this relationship kind of working. And like I said, so far, we've kind of seen how the collaboration is going.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't know this was going to come up, but I had the conversation on Twitter. It was very frustrating, especially the people that was arguing with me, because I take them to be smart individuals in general, but it was like we were really getting down to the nitty gritty of what collaboration means. And it was frustrating. Like I said, I'm like, I don't believe these people are stupid. So yeah, I mean, if you want to be around in the NFL for a long time and you want to have your position as head coach and the separate entity of being a general manager for an organization, you have to come in with the approach of collaborating, or everything is going to fall apart, and you're already creating tension. We've heard personally in Washington of how Jay Gruden didn't get to make the decisions on some of the personnel, or not even some, most of the personnel. It was being done by Bruce Allen. And where did that take them? You feel me? So, like Dre even mentioned, and what I said in the tweet when this conversation happened, I want to say last week, I was like, you already see the collaboration taking place. Like, you see them bonding outside of even the offices, like whether it be going to a Wizards game, um, Peters and his wife meeting Dan Quinn and his wife at the airport upon arrival for his introductory press conference the day before. You also get to see from who they didn't decide to re-sign, who they've moved on from, who they've acquired, whether it be former Cowboys, former Seahawks, former Chargers, or whatever the case is. They also added players that fit the mold and the personnel, what they want to replicate offensively from those previous schemes, whether it be Zacharias at wide receiver, going and getting a Tyler Badass. Yeah, that's what we'll rock with.
Yeah,
Continue to do
badass.
that. Whether it be adding a Frankie Louvu, who is 6'3", 6'4", 245 pounds, that fits the prototypical type of guy that they look for on their defense. So everything indicates collaboration. So to go into this draft thinking that Adam Peters is going to be the one with the final say is insane to me. Like, it's all about collaboration. It's not about who is doing this and who's doing that. It's about trying to come to one common ground and making a group decision. So yeah, that's kind of how I view it. I don't know if maybe people got PTSD because of the Bruce Allens and Vinny Serrato days, but I
Well,
don't see Adam Peters being that arrogant to maneuver that way.
Well, all past shapes, people's perspective, in some degree, and I think it is interesting, like that you said it that way. I do think that people, um, like they become stern in what they understood, like, and then they'll dig their heels in, whether it doesn't matter, like what the topic is, right? It's like what they've come to know, and then what they've seen before, like shapes how they feel. And I think the people that you were talking to, just me observing, the people that you were talking to was very adamant that a general manager is here now, and the general manager is the end all be all, and like that's what the collaboration looks like. Like, it doesn't matter all of the things that leads up to the decision, so long as we all understand that the decision is made by Peters. And it is what it is. But yeah, I just wanted to, that's kind of the genesis of that original question, if we go back 17 minutes. But let's go to this one topic right quick. This is from Nate Tice on the Ross Tucker podcast. This is my first time hearing it. I see what he said, but I'm gonna play it, and then we're gonna get our thoughts on this one. It's gonna be good. This is gonna be really good. All right, hold on, wait. Let me change this. All right, there we go. And boom.
He has everything you want. It's 3-level accuracy. I think some people have made the stuff that he was big negative last year was he'd work back in the pocket trying to create a play. I think he's done a much better job this year of stepping up and out of the pocket. He needs to do in the NFL. But on top of it, he's one of, if not the best scrambling quarterback in the NFL, which I think blows a lot of people's minds. I can literally say that statistically. He is. I think he had the second highest rate of first downs per scramble. I think he runs like a 4.5 and change at 230 pounds. I just think May has all the tools and the play style that the elite quarterbacks of NFL today. He can play within structure and out of structure.
That was Nate Tice. Nate Tice, by the way, covers the NFL with that for the Athletic. Excuse me. And I didn't know he was going to say Drake May's name at the end, but if you heard his comments, you could have took a stab at a few quarterbacks. But he ultimately says Drake May is the clear QB1 for him, and that he's everything that you want, and he will be one of, if not the best, scrambling quarterback in the NFL. I, with respect to Nate, because I don't know him, and
Isn't that Mike Tyson, the old Vikings coach? I think that's his son.
that's interesting. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I do know the coach, but who it was somebody else who said something. Chase Daniel. Chase Daniel is the backup quarterback, right? I'm trying to make sure that's right. He does QB breakdowns now. All right, cool. Cool. So
he's still in the league, journeyman.
Okay, so with respect to Nate, because I don't know him, I'm going to give him some leeway and put Chase Daniel in this conversation just to get back on this topic, right? Chase Daniel said a few days ago that I believe he was talking about Jaden Daniels, that if you don't think that he can process or read coverages or something like that, you don't know football or something like that. But he definitely said verbatim and in all caps, like if you don't think that he can read a defense and process and make throws from the pocket or something like that, then you don't know football. People in the comments, y'all might be able to kind of correct me on that one or point me to the right direction.
He was talking about Drake May, you said?
Chase Daniel was talking about Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
But I bring that up because I think what Nate did here is a symptom of what Chase did back then. Was I think this is sensationalists or like these comments that you make to blow something up, to like drive home your love for a prospect or your disdain for a prospect, however way you see it. I think is incredible. I think the perspective here from Nate is incredible. And what I mean by that is, like, there are several people who can tell you that Drake can bail out of a clean pocket. But in Nate's comments, you hear him say he can navigate in and out of the pocket. He can play within and without a structure. But he doesn't mention, again, he's his QB1, but he doesn't mention that sometimes when he's making plays out of the pocket, he's leaving a pocket that's clean. Like, so I think in order to say, what are y'all thoughts on his comments of him being, if not one of the best scrambling quarterbacks in the NFL, but also the fact that he even had the guts to say some shit like
that? I think Nate Tice might have been on some Casamigos, Don Julio, or something. He must have just left happy hour and went home and pressed record. Because there's no way in hell Drake May runs a 4.5. Like, I know, I don't know. Sometimes people do this, but I know it's very rare that we get to see white quarterbacks that can move. But no way in hell Drake May runs a 4.5. Drake May is probably more so a 4.7, 4.8 guy. And I don't understand the scrambling thing either. Like, I seen Drake May make some runs in college, but it was nothing. It was nothing to the level of Lamar Jackson, Jalen Hurts, Josh Allen, even a Patrick Mahomes who ran like probably a 4.8 coming out of college. It was nothing of that magnitude. Either way, man, I just think with all of this quarterback talk, a lot of it is sensationalism at the end of the day. I haven't heard of anybody that I respect as far as their views and takes on football saying that Drake May should be the number one pick in the draft. I've heard that about Jaden Daniels I've of course heard it about Caleb Williams, but I have yet to hear anyone of like credible backing say, "Oh, Drake May should be the number 1 pick overall for the Chicago Bears." Like, I think everyone is scared in the media in some regards to not be in support of Drake May because he potentially could hit this Justin Herbert ceiling that they keep talking about. I don't even know what Justin Herbert is. I just know that he plays quarterback, but he hasn't won anything. He has some flaws in his game, but I don't even see him as a top 5 quarterback. So I'm not really sure when people mention Drake May as like Justin Herbert, what is that really supposed to mean to me at the end of the day? Like, this isn't a champion. This isn't a winner. This isn't a guy that, I fear if I'm a defensive coordinator per se. When it comes to Jaden Daniels, I mean, he has some positive and negatives in his game, but I think where some people like a Chase Daniel comes out and defends him is because you have people that are looking at these passing charts and saying and seeing from those charts that he doesn't attack the middle of the field, which isn't the case. And
Correction.
on top of that,
gotta pause right quick because just because only because of what you just said, I gotta correct myself. I didn't remember the quarterback. So this is Chase Daniels' tweet that I was referring to. He was talking about Michael Penix, and he said, "You can't tell me Michael Penix Jr. is not one of the top 3 quarterbacks in this year's class if you actually broken down this film and watched them. If you say different, you don't know ball. He's a magician out there. He put on a performance for the ages against Texas in the Sugar Bowl." So that's what I meant. Like, if you feel any different than Chase Daniel, you don't know football. But continue. I just had to make sure that we knew that.
Yeah, and I guess if we want to put Michael Penix in there, and even the JJ McCarthy's of the world, it all boils down to what your organization values. Like, do you want a guy that you know and you trust and you have been able to evaluate from tape what they can do right now and you building around that? Or do you want a guy where you might have to coach him up for a couple seasons or so and they reach this potential, this ceiling? Like, that's what it really boils down to. Everybody has different projections and ideals how they want to utilize individuals. If you're one of those teams where you feel like you have the time and the patience to be idle and, I guess, get Drake May to this particular place that you want him to go, then, go for it. But I don't know if any fan base is about to sit back and watch somebody play poorly and be like, "Oh, we'll just wait on Drake May to, figure it out in the next 2 years or so." Because in actuality, you need to get on the field to really play these things out. I mean, we seen when Sam Howell got on the field, things looked a bit shaky, and even Washington's new brass that's in here didn't feel comfortable with him moving forward, and they decided to move on from that. I think there's talented quarterbacks in this draft overall. People are going to have their preferences. Some people are going to, like I said, be into the pro-ready thing. Some people are going to be into the potential thing. I think that some of these pundits are just scared on missing out on so-and-so guy if they were to go on, whether it be a Jaden Daniels, if he were to go on and have a great career. It's like, oh, I can reference back in my archives that I backed them. Drake May, I could go in my archives and show I backed them. JJ McCarthy, same thing. Michael Penix. I think that's really what some of these individuals are doing at this rate.
Shout out to JB. Appreciate you showing some love. And everybody who shows love consistently on the live streams. And on the podcast side as well. But for sure, JB, appreciate the donation. Hope you good, big dog. And what's up, man? What's going on with you, Dre? What was you about to say?
No, I was just going to say, I'm not going to dissect the man's comments too much. I mean, I know I probably like Drake May a little bit more than y'all, even though I'm still kind of dead even with him and Jaden Daniels. Like, I'm completely fine with either guy, but this is why I'm just kind of over this whole pre-draft nonsense. Like, it's fine when you have like the 15th pick in the draft, and it's like, a whole bunch of people are picking in front of you, and it's like whoever falls to us in the draft, you'll come up with like 5 or 6 different prospects in your head. Like, man, this guy could fall here. I'll take this guy, whatever. But we're sitting at number 2. We need a quarterback, so now we got to listen to every polarizing opinion about this quarterback class. I mean, it's so many different and varying opinions about each one of these guys. Like, you'll see somebody say that about Drake May, but then in the same turn, you'll see somebody say Drake May shouldn't even be a first round pick. And the same thing with Jaden Daniels. You'll see people, hype him up and say he's great at this, and then you'll have people that will say the exact opposite of what this other analyst said. I mean, these are all people that get paid to do this for a living. Like, this is not just fans. I mean, this is like varying opinions from former players, former GMs, analysts, writers. Like, I mean, it's just so much over-analyzation of all of these guys at this point that it's like, I'm ready to just fast forward and block all of it out.
Yeah, I'm Brad. I don't know if y'all know it. Well, I mean, I've said it on here, so I guess I'm talking to the listeners and viewers. Like, if you follow me on Twitter, bro, I tapped out. I don't talk about that shit on there, bro. Like, I don't. How many times can you talk about the same thing? How many times can you make the same arguments? How many times can you make the same excuses? Last week.
They were about to link up and fight.
Yeah, that.
But see, the crazier part is nothing's changing. There has been no football games that has changed.
Exactly.
So even when I hear pundits be like, yeah, I'm stuck in between the two. Like, last week I was on this, now this week. I'm like, bruh, it's the same fucking games. Like, nothing has changed. Like, what? Why are you so conflicted? Like, I know in your household it probably takes you years to make decisions because there's no way you should be that conflicted on who you like and who you don't like. Like, it's not changing. The film isn't changing.
Right.
Like, when you go back and watch week 3 of the season, the film isn't going to look different than when you watched it in January.
Now, I can understand if you watched, like, when you made your initial opinion, you watched only like 2-3 games, and then like weeks later, you ended up watching like 6 or 7 and it changed your opinion. But like, at the end of the day, like, it's repetitive. Like, if you don't like a guy, you go back to the same stats, you go back to the same criticisms. If you like a guy, you just promote their information, and then vice versa for the other people, things like that. I don't have time for that, bro. I'm gonna just put out my draft profiles on Hogs Haven and go. And then I save my conversations, like the prospect spotlight, which we about to transition to now, so we can get off quarterback. About to transition to that right now. Keep all the draft talk on Tribe or Die, bro. And if y'all try to argue with me, like, even who was it that I was Jatavian Sanders, bro. I brought up Jatavian Sanders and Ben Sinnott on Twitter last week, and people were trying to argue me there. I'm like, bro, like, I can't, like, there's no escaping this shit, bro. Like, I can't get past it. But let's get into the prospect spotlights, fellas. Again, like, we don't have to do just one. Whoever you got on your list you want to bring to the spotlight, show some love to, man. Who are those prospects for you? Anybody can take the floor first. Bring up my guys.
You go ahead, H. I got to pull up my notes.
And I can bring mine if I need to. I just pulled up my spreadsheet. So y'all let me know. I am
Y'all waiting on
working
me,
on
son?
Brian Thomas right now. Nah, I said y'all can go first, but in the meantime, I'm gonna pull up my stuff. So if y'all need me to go first, I can go first right quick.
Yeah,
I mean, I could speak on a guy. I don't know how to pronounce his last name all the way, but I know it's Brandon. I want to say it's like Drolus or something like that. He's a DN. I mean, not a DN. He's a defensive tackle out of Oregon. Definitely caught my attention as far as his versatility. He can play defensive tackle and he can play DN. He's quick off the ball. Not necessarily strong in the run game as far as like stopping the rush, but talk about a speed rusher from the interior or being able to make him versatile and put him at end. That's someone that I like a lot. Jim Nagy from the Senior Bowl actually highlighted him recently, showing some of his clips at Senior Bowl, his practices, and I'm pretty sure if you go on Twitter, you can find some of his clips of like cut-ups of his games at Oregon. I think that's someone that I would be intrigued for Washington to be able to add to the mixture. I feel like they don't necessarily have depth at the D tackle position. I think you got a body in Fedarian Mathis, but then outside of that, it kind of stops. You have some guys that maybe you could play at that position here and there, and Dorrance Armstrong. But I look at this Brandon kid out of Oregon as someone who can bring versatility to that front. And we all know, like, a lot of the pass rush these days is coming immediately from the interior side. I would love to be able to add a piece like that. I mean, he's not going to be stopping the run too much, but if you could put him in passing situations, he'd be perfect.
What was his name again?
It's like Brandon Drolus or something like that. It's like DRO. I don't even remember how to spell that last name.
You good? Where is he projected?
You found it?
No. I was just asking. I was trying to get his name. Where is he projected?
He's projected like 3rd, 4th round.
Okay.
But he possibly could move up. I think this is a weak defensive tackle class overall. So I really don't know what's going to happen there, but I think he could possibly move up to the 2nd round.
So
I mean, we'll see in a little bit, because if he's there in these picks that we about to do in our little mock situation, I'm definitely gonna grab him. No Diddy.
I'm over here thinking, like, so he plays D tackle, and because I can understand the need for some line help. But the way you said it, I'm like, your edge rushers that you do have with this team, they're not here for that long, right? That much longer.
Yeah.
Specifically, what I mean is, what's the boy? Not Dorrance, but
Dante Fowler.
Dante Fowler's here on a 1-year deal, and then you got Cleveland, who's on a 3-year deal, but he's not or a 1-year deal, I think.
Yeah, I think it's a 1 or 2 year deal. Either way, you can move on from him next year.
Yeah, but he's a run defender, right? So, like, I'm sitting here thinking in my head, like, you're set at D tackle with John, and what I'm saying, at least for the foreseeable future, John and Duran, Payne, Ridgeway, right? I'm like, if we're talking about he's projected around 3rd round, what would stop anybody? What do you think about Chop Robinson? Because that's an edge guy. He serves the purpose of being a pass rusher, but you know he's limited in what he can do, but he's explosive and he can create. Like, what do you think about having somebody on the edge versus like an interior guy?
I think with Chop, man, it's just the lack of production on a collegiate level, and then on top of that, is just short arms. I think I would want him to be in a situation where he could be a situational pass rusher, kind of play the role of like how Bryce Huff was for the Jets. I think if like a Chop Robinson went to the Jets, he could be perfectly used in that rotation that they would create, because they wouldn't ask him to do anything but pass rush, and you got other guys that are going to be drawing attention. But for this particular unit, I don't really like a Chop Robinson. I don't know. I'm not a fan of like short arm defensive ends. Same way I'm not a fan of short arm left or right tackles. I just don't think that the traits match the production as far as from a collegiate level. And even we kind of seen the same situation from a Penn State guy, Odafe Owe, that's now with the Baltimore Ravens, like tested out of this world at the combine, but still yet has really been able to put it together as far as creating like solid pass rush in the league. I don't even know if he's necessarily a situational guy, but I think there's a lot of other defensive ends that you could go with and get better production with, like Muhammad Kamara from Colorado State that I mentioned in our last prospect spotlight. Another guy, Xavier Thomas out of Clemson. I just think with the Brandon kid out of Oregon, he provides you such quick get off at that D tackle position. Like, it reminds me of Aaron Donald as far as his get off. Everything else, not necessarily the same, but he has such a quick get off. I would encourage those to just watch some of his film, and you could see the explosion off the ball. Like he's giving guards hell.
I do think it's interesting, and I'll get to my guy in a second. I do think it's interesting that the arm length is a question mark for Chop. Um, I think if he was a person who lacked the arm length but had pass rush moves like out of this world, I think it would be interesting because he's showing that he can compensate for that a genetic issue. Like he can't, like his arms is his arms. But I do have that question about what happens if you play a offensive lineman who is much more massive in terms of height and arm length, and just overall frame, obviously. I've seen that a couple times in his tape this year. And then somebody put out a clip on Twitter about his 2022 tape that was when he's playing some Ohio State future pros, and he's struggling with those guys. But I do like what I see with Chop. Like the potential's there. I do think that he does have some pass rush moves, but I think in order to win consistently, like he has to really hone in on like that his hand usage. But my guy, I put out an article on him today, Xavier Leggett or Legit. I think
Leggett.
Leggett. I think
I like him.
Where is he at? I think he's what 6'1", 212-ish. Clocked in a 4.3 40 at the combine. Let me see if I can pull up his whole. Yeah, 6'1", 221. And ran a 4.39 40 at the combine. Had a 40-inch vertical. And then his broad jump was 10 inches. And I think for Xavier, he has some question marks. I think with a lot of teams in the NFL and a lot of people in the NFL, I think press coverage and man coverage is definitely something that you have to ask if this person, if he can win on the next level. Like if he struggles in press or in man situations at college, like can he win on the next level, right? And I don't think that Xavier is a person who struggles immensely, but I think just like others, when you talk about tight ends or receivers, like if you don't improve your plan, if you don't improve your release plan or your routes, like your stem setups against certain coverages, you're gonna it's not gonna get any easier on the next level. And while it's weird that I'm talking about his negatives first, I guess I'm just getting those out of the way. I think his biggest issue would probably be that his how he handles that man and how he handles like press coverage, some more physical corners at the line of scrimmage, especially if they get hands on him. But overall, I think that he's an explosive athlete. I think that a person with his athleticism, his foot speed, his quickness, I think that he can win in multiple areas of the field. He can play isolated at times. If you want to line him out wide, he can line up at the X, he can line up at the slot, and he can be off ball as your Z. It depends on how he wants to be, or not how he wants to. It depends on how a team wants to use him. But I think that for Xavier, he has a toolbox that I think that can work really well with Terry and Jahan. I think he's the explosive athlete that if you couldn't maximize what De'Ami brought to you in terms of De'Ami Brown. When he came into the league, De'Ami's biggest trait was how he can stretch the field, a 3-level threat. I think that Xavier coming into the league is a 3-level threat. I think that what he can do at the break point, in terms of just exploding, depending on what type of routes he's running, works well. I think that he can run your shallows and make shake after the catch. I think he can make plays over the middle with his hands. He's a dog with the ball in his hands. He's competitive at the catch point. There's so many different things that he does well when the ball is in the air. That I think you can really take a risk with a guy like that. And with explosiveness, like he's able to high point passes that are uncontested with defenders. So I think that there's a several different ways that you can really use Xavier. And then like the question is if he can separate on the next level again, like I mentioned earlier. Now this is a question mark. Like if he can't separate, do you really trust a guy who can do 50-50 all the time? I don't think that you want to do that, but I don't think that's Xavier either. I don't think that he's a person who can't separate on the next level. I think that he has some creativity in his routes. I think that he's a smart processor in terms of like understanding leverage. So I think that there's ways that he can really win on the next level for any team that he's on. I do think that it may be a situation like if you're asking him to be your number 1 or number 2 right away, I don't think that that's going to help him in terms of his development. But I do think as a 3, your third option, I think that he can win in most situations. But yeah, Xavier is my guy. I do think as well, quickly on the run game, I think he's willing to block. I think that he understands his assignments and he attacks them. But I don't think he really is that interested in like dominating the matchup. I think that he's a guy who just wants to occupy the defender. And that is something that will be interesting in terms of like, can he be on the field in like some critical run situations for an offense? But that's neither here or there. But that's my guy, man, Xavier Legette. But yeah, if you want to see a full breakdown for those that's listening or watching, if you want to see a full breakdown on Xavier, you go to Hog Save and you can see the whole thing right there on the website. But yeah, that's my guy.
And I got 2 guys, and I'll be quick with mine. First guy, Cam Hart, Notre Dame, big cornerback, man. When I see him, he kind of reminds me of an old Dan Quinn cornerback, Brandon Browner. You know, he's in that big mold of 6'3", 200 pounds. Now, one of the things that doesn't kind of show up on the stat sheet is playmaking ability, but I do think he has that ability. He does gamble a lot. I do think that the defensive coaches that's working with him, they're going to have to refine some things, technique for him, but I do think you're getting a solid physical corner that can be a boundary guy out there. And he's also that Emmanuel Forbes Insurance or Ben St. Juice. I mean, we need something at that cornerback position anyway, because none of the guys I think they signed the free agency were guys that you can consider future starters. They're probably just all depth guys, camp bodies. So I would love to add like a big cornerback over there, a Cam Hart that has a potential to be that starting boundary corner and possibly a number 1 corner. My other pick is going against everything I believe in because he plays for the Florida Gators, which is Florida State's biggest rival. But I thought about this pick because if you pick Jaden Daniels, this guy's played with Jaden Daniels. I know a lot of fans want what's the name?
I know you're talking about the receiver.
Yes, Ricky Pearsall. Ricky Pearsall. He played with Jaden Daniels up at Arizona State before he transferred over to Florida. But, I mean, he's that dude, man. I think he's going to be something at the next level. He's the type of slot guy that Tom Brady would have loved to have, that Julian Edelman type, guy. But he's fast, man. He got some speed. He almost runs a 4.3, runs a 4.4 right on that cusp. 4.41. He's right there. I mean, but the route running, I think his route running is special. His size, like I said, he's going to be in the slot, and we need somebody right there. The only person we have right there that you can kind of trust is Jamison Crowder. Obviously, he's a veteran, and he's on his way out pretty soon. So you would love Ricky Pearsall to come in and kind of, be able to pick a Jamison Crowder's brain and learn from him, but I do think he would be a hell of an asset in the offense. And this pick I am considering with Jaden Daniels. That'll be a great guy that's already worked with him. And he'll be one of those security or safety blankets that can be kind of explosive in an offense.
Fellas, it's time, man. It's time, bro. Now, I told y'all, well, shout out to JB, my bad, one more time. Mual, they can probably get Xavier at 40. You got him in your mock, man. Shout out to your mock draft, because that's exactly what we're about to do right now. We're about to tap into the mocks, man. Chop or dive mock, bro. Again, don't hold me to nothing. I ain't good at these things, bro, but, If Dre
Nah,
and AJ
hold
is
him,
better
hold
than
him
mine,
to it.
I'm gonna be hating.
Hold him to it.
All right. So where do I go for? Oh, I already got it pulled up. Okay, cool. All right.
You can do
I'm on.
Pro Draft Network.
Yeah, I'm on PFF. They got 3 rounds for us. Is
Now
PFF
do
good?
Pro Draft Network. I think that's better. I think Pro Draft
Pro
Network is
Draft
better.
Network?
Unless you got a subscription to PFF.
Nah, I just got no.
Yeah, I think the Pro Football Network
the
is
Pro
the better
Draft
one.
Network.
Yeah, that one.
All
Yeah,
right.
that one.
Or whatever it's called. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So here we go. Who want to take the first stab at this?
I'll go.
Or should I
first.
go?
No, go ahead. AJ go first. I want him to go first. I'm gonna see what he
Okay,
do.
so
So
AJ gonna go
I can't
first.
see the screen though.
No, I haven't. I'm
No,
setting
I
it
ain't
up.
up yet.
I ain't set it up. Yeah. Enjoy our multi-user draft experience. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. We're gonna do Washington.
We're doing 3 rounds, you said?
Yeah, we're gonna do 3 rounds. Or do we want to do 3 rounds next week? How do we want to do this? We want to do the first 2?
I'm
got
cool with the 3 rounds. Can I trade up? Can I trade
well,
up in this mock?
do they give us options on these mocks? Because I would like to do the same.
It says select your team. Hold on, wait.
So don't let it go too fast.
Okay, so I'm gonna just do normal. I'm gonna do enter solo draft. It says that you can trade. Okay, all right. So let's hide this for a second, and let's go ahead. And the draft is started. I'm about to share my screen so everybody can see what we got going on.
Good to go.
Boom.
Good to go.
All right, here we go. So let me zoom in as well so we can see everything. First off, get out of here, bro. All right. What is this? Who is this lady?
It's an ad based off your search history. So you drink a lot of silk almond milk, I'm assuming.
Yeah, bro. Or yeah, some oat milk, bro.
He was looking at almond porn.
You're wild, bro. All right, so I'm gonna zoom out a little bit, so maybe that can help. I know that's probably hard to see on y'all side, but I'm gonna read out loud. Caleb Williams went number 1 overall, obviously. So now we got Washington up next. We have a trade for you, and I gotta figure out how to pull that back up. How do I pull up trade?
I'm not even interested.
All right, so good. Who we got? Who we getting at number 2?
You're not trading down, AJ?
Nah, I ain't doing no Rick Doc Walker or whatever these other idiots that keep telling y'all to trade back. Jaden Daniels.
We're gonna draft Jaden Daniels, or we're gonna go ahead and skip to
Hey,
Washington.
but hold up. I'm gonna
pick.
pause it.
About to propose his trade.
Where are we at?
We're at pick 11. Pick 11. The Vikings are on the clock.
Let me see the other teams, like the teams that's about to pick after the Colts.
After the Colts. All right. So you got Seattle up next at 16, the Jaguars 17, Bengals 18, Rams 19, Steelers at 20, Dolphins 21, Eagles 22.
All right, can I propose a trade now?
Yeah. Well, I'll click it. Go ahead. Who you want to trade with?
Let me get to. We're on pick 11 right now.
Pick 11.
Yeah. What you want to go to 20?
I think I want to go to the Colts pick 15.
All right. So you have your 36, your 40, your 67, your 78th. You want to try and get their 15th, so we're going to click their 15th. What you offering?
Yeah. So I'm offering 36 this year. I'm gonna offer 2nd round pick next year and a 4th round pick next year.
So are we doing this for? Do you think they really going? All right, let's propose this.
Let's see.
They got rejected.
Hey, he said you're trying to rob him.
Then I'll do 2nd this year at 36, and I will do how many 3rd round picks do they have?
Yeah, 2. 78 and 100.
Do my
It's
100
67.
third
It's
round
3.
pick. Do my
Bro, they ain't.
third round 100. If they don't take it,
Yeah,
they
I
don't
did.
take it. I ain't tripping. I bet. Then we
What
get
made you think they was going to accept that?
That's what I'm saying. I was so confused.
That was worse than the last one.
I was so confused, bro.
I mean, it's a computer. We don't know. I don't know what these motherfuckers will take. I gotta try.
Brian Thomas Jr. went 19 to Kansas City. Okay,
This should
Bo
trade
Nix.
up territory right
So
here,
Kansas
AJ.
City. So Kansas City traded up.
Yeah, they traded up. I think if that's what that recycle things mean. They got Brian Thomas Jr. at 19. And then Byron Murphy went to the Texans at 24. Bo Nix, the Vikings. Now we are in the second round, and your second pick is up on the board. You have 2 trade offers. You have the Carolina Panthers offering you pick 39 and pick
That's a good
101
trade.
for the 36 overall pick. So you're moving back 3 slots. And then you have, before you make a decision, you have the Seattle. Damn. You have the Seattle Seahawks asking for your 36 and your pick 22
First
for
round.
their 81st, their 102, their first and second for next year.
I'm cool.
Decline both?
Yeah, decline both.
All right. We're going to reject. You're up, man. On the board, he has Jackson Powers Johnson, Michael Penix, Jordan Morgan, Christian Haynes, Lad McConkey, Tavondre Sweat, Trey Benson, Adisa Isaac, Troy Franklin. I'll give you the floor, man. Who you thinking, man? You want to go offense, defense? Let me see how I can move around.
Go to the wide receiver position.
Offense, let's go to wide receivers. Lad McConkey, Troy Franklin, Xavier Leggett, Jalen Polk, Malachi Corey, Roman Wilson, Ricky Pearsall, Tez Walker.
Go to the safety position.
Oh, my bad. Tyler Newbin, Cam Kinchins, Bo Braid, Cole Bishop, Javon Bullard.
All right, cool.
Some more.
I'm going to select with the 36th pick Tyler Newbin out of Minnesota. Safety.
Tyler Newbin is now a Commander, and now at pick 40, you are back up again.
Pick 40. Dang, my third round pick is what again? What number is third round pick?
You got 3 thirds.
78 and 100. 67.
78 and 100. What can I do here? I don't have no trade proposals.
Nope.
Okay. Here I am going to take Xavier Leggett. Taking a risk. I'm hoping that
He went to Tennessee.
Still there.
He off the board.
Oh, Xavier Leggett is off the board?
Yeah, he went to Tennessee.
Okay. Then I would go to the offensive tackle position.
Patrick Paul, Roger Rogerson. Rosengarten. Who the fuck? Kyron. Oh, there go your guy, Kyron Amagaji. Christian Jones, Caden Wallace.
I'm gonna go Kyron Amagaji out of Yale.
That's the second round pick.
Yeah, pick 40.
This is the 40th pick.
Damn, man, you reached on that one, AJ.
Nah, there ain't no reach. I think that boy talented as hell.
You might could have got
But
him in the
is he
third.
going? I'm about to say, but is he going to start this year?
Yeah, he gonna
Didn't he
start.
just tear his bicep?
He good now. Plug and play.
Hey,
He good now
bro.
because he on the right team. He on AJ team. We got superpowers over here.
Picks. You got 2 trade offers for your 67th pick, man. Arizona Cardinals are offering you 71 and 138 for your 67th and your 2025 6th-round pick, and then you have the Minnesota Vikings offering you pick 108, 129, 177, and their 3rd-round pick for next year for your 67th.
Since we only doing 3 rounds, that other pick was for a 4th round, right?
Yeah, it wasn't in 3rd.
Yeah, just reject it. I mean, if we were going 4 rounds, it'd be different. But
all right, so who we got, man? What you thinking? Offense, defense? Where I need to go?
With this, I'm thinking 3rd round. I got a safety. I got a offensive tackle. If you could go to offensive guard.
You got Christian Mahogany, Dominic Puny, Brandon Coleman, Mason McCormick, Layden Robinson.
Who's at tackle? At offensive tackle as well.
Roger Rosengarten, Blake Fisher, Delmar Gaze, Javon Foster, Matt Gonclaves. I butchered the shit out of his name. Garrett Greenfield, Christian Jones.
All right. So if you can give me Dominic Puny, the offensive guard.
Boom, there we go. Dominic Puny. Now you got pick 78 on the way. You want me to go reject these since we talked about these last?
Yeah,
well,
reject that.
All right, where we at, man?
3rd round. Go to linebacker. Let's see if Peyton Wilson is still up there. He probably gone, but
Junior Colson, Trevin Wallace, Jeremiah Trotter, James Williams, Jalen Ford.
okay. We gonna pass on all them Negroes. Let's go to defensive end.
Austin Booker, Jalix Hunt, Javon Solomon, Jonah Ellis, Cedric Johnson, Xavier Thomas, Zion Tupulo Fitu,
You see
Muhammad Kamara.
Kamara up there?
Yeah, Muhammad
right
Kamara.
There. Yeah, I'll take him.
All right, boom. Muhammad Kamara, you are a Washington Commander. Jatavian Sanders made it to the 3rd round, got picked by the Bengals. Okay.
I really want to see AJ's draft grade.
man, Jay Tyler says. Jay Tyler.
Don't give a damn about no draft grade.
Jay Tyler said that man getting a C or a D, bro. Hey, bro. All right, so here's your last pick, man. Pick 100. You want to go? You want to see what the receivers look like again?
For this one, go to running backs.
Running back, you got Bucky Irvin, Audric Esteen, Dylan Laub, Jalen Wright, Ray Davis, Marshawn Lloyd, Isaiah Davis, Isaac Grandu, Tyrone Tracy, Blake Watson, etc. The list goes on. Oh, Jace McKellen out there, Joe.
I think I will go with Jalen Wright.
All right, did I pass him already? Oh, yeah, I did. All right, here you go. Jalen Wright. All right. So you got, let me screenshot this so we can save. Oh, here it. Download. Did it save? That it did. All right, boom. There we go. So now we're good. We're going to put these on Twitter and Instagram tomorrow. All right. Let's go ahead and go up. Dre, you next. We're gonna do 3 rounds. Let's go a little bit. You cool with speeding up this thing?
But I will tell you, I do want to explore trade up to about 18. So if I can get up to 18.
Around 18.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Got you. So I remember that. All right, here we go. Oh
shit!
don't worry about it. I'll just restart
Yeah,
it.
that's restart.
Oh damn it! All right, here we go. Oh, I didn't pick the team. Come on, Mual. Be smarter. I thought I was gonna save it. All right, enter solo draft. All right, here we go. Caleb Williams. You have trade offers on deck for the 4th pick, the 27th pick, the 35 pick. They're asking for your second and your second overall and your first second round pick, I think, or your third second round pick. I don't know.
I mean that's enticing, but I'm not passing up on my franchise quarterback. I'm gonna go ahead and go with Jaden Daniels right here.
Draft Jaden Daniels. He is a Washington Commander, and let's go ahead and get ready for the pause around 18. All right, boom, there we go. We have 16, 17, 18. You want to try and make a play for the Bengals spot?
Yeah, let's go for the Bengals spot.
I propose a trade Cincinnati.
Decline all your offers.
I'm gonna give him something real, AJ.
Bro. Yeah, I'm about to say AJ over here trying to scam.
Nah, let me give up 40.
Oh, 40, my bad. All right, 40.
Let me give up next year's second.
Next year's second.
Give him 78 this year.
78.
And the 4th next year.
And the 4th next year for their 18th. Let's see what they get. Trade rejected.
All right, never
Access
mind. Let's
denied.
Resume. Why aren't y'all looking for like later first round picks? So you got 2 trade offers. Rejected. All right. Yeah. Reject this one as well.
Hold up.
Steelers offer you the 50. Okay.
Yeah, reject that one. Yep.
Reject. All right, you up, man.
All right, man. Oh, this is easy. Let me get Jordan Morgan right here. Got to get my
Jordan
OT.
Morgan. Boom. There you go.
I was trying to trade up for OT, so he's still there. I'm taking him.
Okay.
Hey.
So we're gonna go ahead and do Jordan Morgan at 36.
Jordan Morgan.
And now you got some more trade offers. Seattle's offering you the 80 reject.
I would have accepted it if we wasn't doing a 3-round. But no,
okay.
I'm rejecting
that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right. Let's just plug it in. Let's reject all these. Yeah, I'm gonna reject all my trade offers too.
Yeah.
All right. A true 3-rounder. Who you got at 40, big dog?
All right. Go to wide receivers.
Let's go to offense. Let's go to wide receivers. You got Ladd, Xavier, Jalen, Ricky, Roman, Malachi, Malik, Jamari, a whole bunch of other people.
Right here, I am gonna go Ladd McConkey. I like him.
Okay, all right. Yeah. I thought you was gonna stick to your guns.
Yeah, you can get him probably in the 3rd round, so I don't want to do that. Yeah, reject that. Yep.
All right, pick 67. You are on the board. Yep. You have Jaden Daniels, Jordan Morgan, Ladd McConkey so far. Who is your next pick at 67?
All right, let me see all that's available right now.
Oh, that's available. Let's go to
All right.
Damn, Brad.
I should have waited to take a wide receiver. Then I'm mad I took a wide receiver in the 2nd round. All right, let me get Cameron Kinches right here.
Cam Kinches. Okay, cool. So we got a safety. Reject at 78. Where am I at? Yeah, 78. Okay, where we at? Who you got?
All right, let's see. Let me see what the tight ends looking like. Actually, no, the linebackers. Let me see the linebackers.
Okay, so we got Junior Colson, Trevin Wallace, James Williams, Tyron Hopper, Jalen Ford, Tyrese Knight. What a name.
All right. Yeah, go back to tight ends. Let me see what the tight ends are looking like.
Okay. Jatavian, Cade, Theo, Jared Wiley, Jaheim.
See, if I was going 4 rounds, Jaheim, I'd be drafting him in the 4th round. All right, we're going to go back to linebackers and pick Colson. I like the Michigan linebacker.
Okay. So we got Colson, linebacker out of Michigan. And for your last pick 100, we're going to go to who you thinking, bro? What side of the ball? Look at Keyron still there in the 4th round, bro.
I mean, know what? AJ, let's go. I'm picking Kieran. We got 2 offensive tackles, baby.
That'll make AJ proud, bro. Let me download this one too. So we're gonna say that Jaden Ladd Jr., Jordan, Cam Kinchins.
Nah, you got a
He's
tackle and you got a guard. That's what you got. Jordan Morgan is a guard.
Hey, well, I got your tackle then. You know what I'm saying? We got a
Yeah.
tackle. We got guard.
Unless you like Charles Leno. Unless you like Charles Leno, then you
Well,
like
we can put
Jordan
him on the
Morgan.
right side. You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna do 3 rounds. Washington. All right, here we go. All right, man. I'm gonna make this the best mock draft ever. Reject.
Ooh, you rejected the Patriots one? That looked good, Mo.
Well, yeah, I'm sticking to the base. No trades. No trades. I'm gonna draft my guy Jaden. Big dog. Oh, I didn't do fast. Damn, that sucks. Dallas Turner went to 8. JJ McCarthy went 10th. Okay. Brock Bowers to the Broncos. JC Latham, Amarius Mims, Brian Thomas. Okay. Kool-Aid McKinstry went to the Packers. Adonai Mitchell. Still having some doubts about Adonai.
It's lining up kind of nice for you, actually.
Let's see what these offensive linemen looking like.
You had way more OTs.
Tyler Guyton, Amandamade.
That's AJ man.
Yeah. Christian Jones, Caden Wallace, Tyler Guyton. Kingsley. I'm gonna go ahead and because I don't know how this is gonna fare out in a second, and I know the Titans, they suck. Shout out to Ryan. I'm gonna go ahead and take Kingsley. Samatataya.
Sumacha.
Yep. That's exactly what I said. All right.
I might be saying it wrong.
I don't be knowing. All right. So who we got? We have receiver Lad McConkey, Xavier Leggett, Jalen Polk, Malachi Corey, Roman Ricky. Who we got at tight end? Yeah, I'm not taking the tight end.
And the tight ends got scooped.
Yeah. I'm gonna go ahead and go back to receiver because I do think we do need cornerback too. Damn. Who else we got? TJ Tampa. Kamari Lassiter. DJ James.
I don't really like these corners in this draft, man.
That's not a deep draft.
Especially in the later rounds.
That's my thing. I don't know. I'm gonna just stick to my original thought. I'm gonna be offensive heavy in this mock draft. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna get I like Ladd, but I like Ricky because he can create a lot after the catch. Ladd is
surprised
cool
you don't want your boy Leggett. You don't want Leggett?
Trying to think about who I'm missing out on or if I get Leggett. Because I'm going Leggett. I tried to Leggett. All right, we got Leggett at 40.
Boy, that was the quickest decision ever.
Yeah, it was. It was. It was.
Like, yeah, I don't know about. Yeah, I'm gonna go Leggett.
All right, where we at, man? 60. Oh, 67. Damn, it's crazy though, because I do think this is the second time that Blake Corum has been selected before one of our picks. That happened again. That happened with Dre too.
Yeah. Because I would have drafted him for sure.
For real?
Yeah, I like him.
You like Blake?
I'm high on Blake.
All right, so let's see what else we got.
I like Blake too. That boy vision is crazy.
Yeah.
His vision is crazy.
Defense. Braylon Trice, Peyton Wilson. Oh, they go. What's the name guy right there?
That'd be my pick if he was right there.
So it's like they do need cornerback, but I'm not too familiar with everybody in the cornerback side. Yeah. Matter of fact, DBs all together. I've been looking at the edge. I think I'll stick to my guts. Who we got at tight end? Oh, fuck it. Fuck that. I'm going defense, bro. I'm gonna go Peyton.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Peyton, bro. Because I feel like one of these tight ends is gonna be there at 78. I'm gonna take my chances with tight end at 78.
You don't like Jatavion Sanders though, do you?
I don't have
you
a
was
problem.
able to get Peyton Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah, he got him. He got lucky with this draft.
God damn.
That shit shook out real nice for him,
Hell
man.
yeah.
Jatavian's still there. I don't mind Jatavian. Honestly, I have no beef with him. I just thought that for Washington, I think that they can use somebody who can just do a little bit more. Of course, he's a hell of a receiver at tight end, but that's kind of where I was at. I don't have no problem with him, honestly. And with all that being said, do I do Jared? Let me see who else we got. They don't really need no interior offensive lineman right now. They kind of took care of that. Let's see what we got on the edge. Xavier Thomas. Let me go to. Damn, bro. I'm gonna feel like a hypocrite if I take him. So I'm gonna take Jared, bro. I'm gonna take Jared. I'm a real nigga.
Okay, all right.
I'm gonna take
that's
Jared,
your
bro.
guy. If you scout him
I'm
and
gonna
that's your
take
dude,
Jared,
that's
bro.
your man.
Yeah. I'm gonna take Jared. I'm standing on 10 toes, bro. That's what I'm gonna do.
Hey,
And who we got at 100? I bet you Jatavian's still there.
he probably will be. Everybody passing on him.
And I wasted a pick. I wasted a pick on that guy. That tight end. I could have waited. I could have waited. All right, so let's go to defense. I'm gonna pick a cornerback just for the sake, again, like I said to y'all, the people not gonna know when I put this on the internet. I'm not too familiar with the
man
cornerback
Cam Hunt
secondary
right
play. Who you said Cam? Oh, cornerback.
Yeah, my man
I do know about Kyrie a little bit. Who else we got?
And my Florida State boy Jerry and Jones, man, he might be
Just
something at the next level
just
too.
scroll all the way to the bottom and then draft that guy.
AJ say he trying to bring you down with him.
Nah, hell no, that ain't gonna work with me, bro. Let me get a Michigan guy,
the best
bro.
projected player is at the bottom, not at the top.
Nah, for sure. Nah, that's a fact. I just went with the Michigan guy.
Yeah, you can't
Let me go ahead and download that, bro. I can't believe I did Jared Wiley, bro. I knew they was gonna be there at 100, bro, and I bitched out. Damn, man. All right, so there we go. We got our 3 picks. Greg said trade back in the first. We should do. He said. Will said we got to get a guy. We got to draft a guy who we can't spell. We can't spell their name. So maybe next time we got one more. I think we got one more before the actual draft. So maybe we do one where we can incorporate some trades. We'll just do the mock draft earlier in the show so we can take our time on that and see what else is after. But all right, we're gonna see what the people talking about tomorrow. Dre and AJ, man. I think that I ain't gonna lie to you. I think that Dre won this one. If I had to bring,
now you had a good board, man. Your joint shook out real nice. You had some dudes I would have took for sure.
Yeah,
you definitely had some players out there.
Yeah, I think I blew it with 78, but it's cool. We're gonna see what's up. But yeah, appreciate everybody. Jay was like Lad McCon. I thought about Lad, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you. He said AJ finna get cooked.
People don't know football anyway, so it don't even matter.
Yeah, you hit him with the Chase Daniel.
You don't know ball.
Hell yeah. If you don't understand my picks, then you don't know football.
Oh,
you
man.
Can't see the vision.
Ain't shit, bro. Yeah, that's gonna be my go-to if somebody talk about my board. All right, so cool. Hey, the fellas will be back Tuesday. We're gonna do one more mock, and then we'll get ready for the draft the following week, man. But again, fellas, y'all be easy, man. Enjoy y'all week. Y'all stay safe, bro. And everybody in the chat, appreciate y'all watching. If y'all stayed the whole way through, appreciate that, showing love. JB, man, I see you. Appreciate you showing love throughout the show too, with your donations and all that good stuff. That's definitely appreciated, and it doesn't go unnoticed. The love does not go unnoticed. So y'all take it easy. Y'all be safe. All that good stuff. We're up out of here. Peace.